Hey everybody, it's Cash Money Carl, one of your co-hosts of the Move the Mic Stand comedy podcast, and I'm here to tell you about this week's sponsor, minigolfreviews.com, a website dedicated to all things miniature golf. They even post a new mini golf hole every single day, and currently are building the National Archive of Mini Golf, so check it out at minigolfreviews.com. Now enjoy the show.
For season 4, let the vibes ignite. With Dean and Cash Money, we're taking flight. Grab your mic and join us. Feel the energy rise. In a world of ideas, we'll reach for the skies. Motivation flowing, let's set the tone. Move the mic stand, unleash your dreams. With Dean and Cash, nothing's as it seems. We're crafting our journey, so come along in the season 4. Together we're strong.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Move the Mic Stand podcast. Oh, that was a lot of energy. I'm really tired today. But anyways, I am here, as always, with my co-host, Cash Money Carl.
Hi Dean Berg, you didn't say your name, so they don't know
They
who
know
you
who
are.
I am.
Yeah, they know.
I am. I'm Dean Berg. Hey everybody, it's me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am tired. That's. Hey everybody, welcome to.
That was a lot of energy. I could see like the energy leaving your body.
Damn, I could have went even longer.
Yeah, we're gonna get a comment from Abe. Hey, the podcast is broken. It's stuck on repeat.
Yeah,
That was weird.
I don't know if he listens anymore. He hasn't sent me anything in a while. Chuck does all the time. All the time.
You know, he's going through every single episode.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess since you already mentioned Chuck Charles, we might as well just go into that new segment that we're gonna do.
Yeah, I was gonna save it till the end, but okay, let's go.
No, too bad. You already
I did.
started
I said
it. Yeah,
his
it's your
name.
fault. So a new segment that we wanted to try with season 4 is just do like a local comedian shout out, like comic of the week type of thing.
Yeah.
Just things that we're noticing and you know we think is great when
Yep.
people are doing great things. We want to give them a shout out.
Yeah. So that's Chuck.
Yeah. So our
Chuck
first one,
Charles.
Chuck Charles.
Yeah, he's our Move the Mic Stand podcast comedian of the week. First one ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
pretty cool.
Well, it's the first one ever. But he's been, I don't know, he was going through some stuff. Stuff was getting a little rough there for him for a while, and he wanted to quit, and he didn't, and then he wanted to quit, and he didn't. And, you hear that all the time. People are like, oh, I think I'm quitting. I think I'm quitting.
I mean, I've said that
And-
like 3 times in the last.
Well, and, and he kind of stepped away for a little bit, and he was just like, no, I need this. I got to come back,
Yeah. And I think
And-
his comeback has been
Yeah,
strong.
yeah, he's very strong. He made some personal changes that he probably wouldn't mind if I said them, but I'm still not going to. But it's definitely noticing a difference. When I talk to him, he comments on how different things are for him. And I don't know, he's just been doing shows and going to mics.
And good perspective on his material and stuff too. Like, it seemed like he used to be like just angry
Yeah.
at a lot of things.
Yeah.
And not that his style is still kind of like that,
Right.
but you can tell that he thinks it's funny now. Like before he was kind of in a rough
Seems
spot.
like he's having fun.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it too. But before it seemed like he was angry and that was his style, but you couldn't find the humor in it either. Like he's just mad at everything. But now it seems like, he's starting to kind of get control of some of those things that were issues for him.
Yeah.
And you can see that his performance is like...
And not that he was bad before or anything. It's just you can see a definite positive change.
And positivity makes a difference.
Yeah.
Even if you are doing like a ranty rave, like a Bill Burr style type thing,
Yeah.
like you can still tell Bill Burr's having a blast up there.
Oh,
even
right,
when he's
right,
just berating something.
Well, yeah, and it's not just even on the stage; it's off the stage
Right, that
too.
too.
He doesn't seem as just like salty or angry in general either. You know, like he's just got a He's got a good attitude, and he's been grinding, and it has nothing to do with the fact that he's been catching up and listening to all the episodes and sending me messages and that sort of thing. It has nothing to do with that. No, I'm serious. It doesn't have anything to do with that. He seems a lot more genuine too now. Like, not like he wasn't genuine before, but there's his genuine.
There's an elevation.
His genuineness has leveled up. I was gonna say genuinosity.
Genuinosity. Nice.
Genuinosity has leveled up. Yeah. So we're starting this one off with the
Chuck Charles.
Chuck Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if we had an applause sound effect, that's where we would do it. I guess you get a clap from me, and a gurgle from Dean.
The gurgle kind of sounded like distant
applause.
Crowd, yeah, crowd going nuts.
Speaking of like applause during a show, man, last night you and I did a show together.
Yeah, we did.
And I love this venue. It's like one of my favorite spots. It's just good vibes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great food.
Yep.
And, it's great practice because we get to do a longer set there. But, people will be ordering food and they'll drop it in the fryer. And it just sounds like applause. It's great.
It only happened once during the whole show.
But it always makes me laugh when I think about that.
They're being pretty mindful of that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I like about being there, too, is...
Golden plated.
Yep, golden plated.
In
like
Manitowoc.
if we give them feedback on something...
They
take it and they actually do it. Like, we commented like, hey, not a problem or anything. It's your venue, however you want to do it. But if you take the orders, try to get everybody in here, get their orders, get the food cooking, you're not dropping giant baskets of fries and catfish nuggets and chicken tenders and... Trying to think what else they have on their menu. You're shrimp. You're not dropping all those things into the deep fryer and and getting real loud and.
It does sound like a symphony to my ears, though. It's a beautiful symphony.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I don't have a gallbladder though, so too much deep fried stuff, means I'm a loaded gun.
Yeah.
Like almost literally like I don't know. I can eat a whole bunch of fried stuff and be perfectly fine for the day, and then all of a sudden it's like just move weird.
And then
to the bathroom.
Yeah. Almost immediate probably, right?
Sometimes as soon as it touches my lips. It's weird. It's it sends
crazy.
Some kind of message to my body like, oop, okay, let's do the thing because
don't get too far away from the bathroom.
Yeah, it's my body's way of just saying like we're gonna be getting some grease, and we don't have a little reservoir for that grease anymore. Once it passes through the liver, so let's clear things out, guys. Let's go, and it's like they just goes.
I wonder if that phrase has ever been spoken before.
What's that?
Grease reservoir.
Yeah.
Not in regards to like cars and things like that. I'm talking about it in the human body.
Probably.
You think somebody in like med school was like giving a speech or something? And
a doctor's probably like, you are an entire grease reservoir. There's nothing about you that isn't grease.
I don't know if that guy took the bedside manner course.
No. I don't know. I've had a lot of doctors that do not had any bedside manner at all.
Well, have you seen the movie Patch Adams?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that kind of one of the points in the movie where it's like, Patch Adams is Robin Williams and he's like a clown doctor. And he's like, love is just as important as medical practice. And that's a great sentiment, but it's like also the other doctors are like, no, actually practicing medicine is pretty important. right? Which I think the whole point of that is like there needs to be a good balance. You can't have just all this medical knowledge and then just be the meanest, jerkiest type of doctor, but you can't also just be like, well, kisses will fix everything.
I've had people that have doctors that their just demeanor sucks.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, I love them. They're so good at what they do. They can like use somebody else to take a bunch of tests and tell me what's wrong with me, and then I meet them in the office and they then tell me what's wrong with me, but they're so good at it. or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. That's have you seen that there's a I don't want to say it's like a rework or whatever, but like Scrubs is back on air.
I never really watched that show.
Okay.
I don't watch shows. Like, I never really
You're
got
more
into...
of a bad movies guy.
Well, yeah, and I like movies. I mean, there's shows or series I like, but like, all the popular shows, people be like, hey, you remember this from Seinfeld? Not really. It was always just kind of on. Like, I didn't really
Like
pay
background kind of
like
noise
I
type
didn't
of
pay
stuff.
that close attention, or I just kind of catch something here or there. Or, hey, you watch Friends? Nope, absolutely not. Must see TV was not for me. Like, I had better things to do on Thursday nights or whatever that was. And birdies. But I just never really were in like that kind of TV show kind of thing.
Sitcoms.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
I mean, occasionally I'll go back and I'll watch like Sanford and Son or something that's old, but not anything.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so anyway,
I was
Scrubs.
I was trying to figure out where I was going with that.
I don't know, you just said, did you see that it was back? And I was like,
Well,
nah.
because they're a lot about like bedside manner and stuff too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
oh, wait, now I know where I was going with it. One of the main characters, Turk, he's a surgeon.
Yep.
And that was like, I remember in the original series of the show, that was like one thing. Like, yeah, he's the best surgeon out there. He can sew a wing on a fly, right? Jeez.
It must be this apple soda.
Yeah, but he could sew a wing on a fly, but then like he would be like the awful bedside manner.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
like, I'm gonna sew you up, or I can't wait to cut you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that humorous way. But yeah, the I don't know what's a relaunch, rebrand, whatever. Rebirth, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, it does feel like how the original show did.
That's good.
Just a quick little side note about Scrubs, how I guess I got into watching it, which is kind of weird because it's definitely not appropriate for the age that I started watching it. But when I was in high school and music academy, when it was time for our final exams,
Yeah.
you did your performance for the band teacher or orchestra teacher or choir teacher, whatever art that you were in. And this would last like a week and a half.
Yeah.
So if you were done practicing and you're just like, all right, I'm ready for my performance, or you were done with it, everybody would sit in like the band room because it was the biggest room. And it would be either like watching Disney movies or Scrubs.
Oh.
And so it was kind of weird because it's like looking back and watching, I was like, oh, this is not really appropriate for high
Right.
schoolers. But yeah, that's where I got into it originally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The lore.
never...
The cash lore.
I'm trying to think if there's like I never really watched The Office.
I watched like 3 episodes and I was like, this isn't for me. I didn't like it at all.
The IT Crowd. I watched that one. That's like a BBC kind of show. I think it's more BBC stuff for me.
Yeah. Well, which is weird because I do like a lot of British like
Yeah,
panel shows
that,
and
so people weren't like, "Oh, Dean likes BBC."
good save.
Yeah,
Shoot, now I wish I could edit that back. Well, another soundbite for Dean.
another
He's just getting-
soundbite.
He's getting a bunch. All right.
But back to Golden Plated. No, it was good. Like always, the food is always good. Sometimes it sounded like we had a little bit bigger crowd than
The last show. Yeah.
the last one.
But that's hit or miss on every
is.
comedy show. Like it's just hard to guarantee stuff. And I wish the place could be packed every time because Joey Golden,
Yep.
owner of Golden Plated,
Future
definitely
guest.
just
He's
what?
a future guest.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on a show.
Definitely deserves to have that place packed. Like there's
Yeah.
no reason not to have it packed.
Right. No,
So-
he's such a nice guy, and the food's good, and he does a lot for his customers. And the thing that I like about it is there's always so many different styles of audience member.
yeah.
Like you've got the people that are really into it, and they're watching and they're laughing. You got the people that are always just kind of interjecting things, and it's not always like that. I just mean like it's just,
And it's not necessarily even really so much as heckling. It's just
No.
participation.
Yeah.
Which other comics would say like it shouldn't be a participatory thing, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm okay with it, but if someone's trying to purposely like derail the show and has a bad attitude, that's a little different. They're like, I'm having a good time, having fun.
Yeah.
You're saying something and I relate to it.
Even like the people that were at the table that was kind of up front, you know, they were kind of talking and making comments, but you could tell they were paying attention or whatever.
They were engaged. That's what I'm saying. Like they heard something and they're like, "Oh, I like that thing. Yeah, I want to tell you that I enjoy it. Keep talking about it."
Or they were like, I told a joke or something, and like in the first like 3 minutes of my set, and the one lady said to people at our table, like, "Oh, good thing we didn't bring Phil, because he would not like dirty jokes." And I was like, "Oh, you thought that was bad? I'm just getting started."
You were the dirty boy though last night.
I always am. Not always, but
I was gonna say it was a good range of like level of types of material, because our first guy Greg, he was kind of in the middle. Like he had some dirtier stuff, but then he also had some really clean stuff, like almost like squeaky clean, which was kind of interesting dynamic.
Yeah,
and then you kind of were hitting it hard right away with being dirty.
Well, and that was just because too, like when he was doing his set, you know, they were kind of lukewarm at first.
But they were reacting more to the dirtier stuff.
As soon as he said something dirty, they were like, ha ha, yeah. And I was like, okay, that's what this crowd wants today.
And I was watching you do that, and I kind of changed what I was doing on the fly too, just by watching the two of you go before me, because I closed it out. But I was probably 90% clean. I did like maybe two things that was a little bit on the dirty cash side.
Whoa, dirty cash, dirty money.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was a little odd is that guy just was like, "Can I have my check?" And then they paid, and then he got up and he left, and I was like, "Hey, you forgot your soda."
Yeah.
And he just kept walking, and like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, and then the guy that like had something wrong with him, like he wasn't feeling well or whatever. Like he came in sick. It was nothing to do with the food or anything like that. And then I made a comment about something about a movie, and then the girl was like, looked at that guy and she's like, "You're sick." And then I was just like, "No, that is not the name of the movie." It out of context, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah. So like, you know, you've got like people, a wide range of people at that show where it's like, okay, maybe they've never gone to a comedy show before, and you know, then you got you know, there was that one girl that was 2 tables back. She was at the last one we did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And Joey said, like, yeah, she comes to, like, almost every one, you know, so it's kind of like some of the people that have been there before, some of them not, you know, and...
Yeah, so just a good mix of audience situations to try to get through. And then the one table dead center, though.
Yeah, I was just getting on them. Yeah. I was getting to them, not on them, but...
Yeah. It was an interesting dynamic for sure, after we had kind of thought through it and had found out more about them.
Yeah, it was kids with their mom.
Yeah.
And
kids as in adult kids.
Yeah, like, you know, maybe...
Early 20s.
Early 20s, maybe late teens, but probably early 20s.
Yeah.
And there was stuff that you could tell they didn't want to laugh at in front of their mom.
No, they wanted to laugh at.
Well, that's what I mean.
They couldn't do it in front of their moms. So
that's what I mean.
It was funny because like I was watching them during your set, and like I could see them covering their face and like, I can't believe he just said that,
and like just laughing,
smirking.
Like, oh my God, we're in church right now.
Yeah, yeah. But that's okay though. Like it probably was their first comedy show that they had been to though.
Yeah.
So and sometimes you don't know it's okay to laugh.
Well, when I say that too, like, oh, you got people that have, you know, probably never been to a comedy show, it's their first one, blah, 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 blah. You know, probably people are listening like, yeah, you have that at any show. Well, yeah, but it's just like more noticeable and like intimate. So you get a really good chance to kind of see those people and react to them, don't react to them, you know, do whatever. Which I guess.
Yeah, I think I had one line when I had asked my airplane question, and you know everybody should participate because it's pretty much almost everyone has been on an airplane before for the most part. So like when someone doesn't react, it's like, "Hey, I'm waiting on you." You know, like this is live. I can see you.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, so it was good, but I guess that could kind of lead right into our comedy tip.
Sure, yeah.
That I thought of, and it was like the not all shows are created equal, but use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, when you have a show like that where you can do a longer set, maybe, one or two people are into it, or maybe, 50 people are into it, or whatever, use that to kind of work on, how you react and how you do things differently based off, different types of reactions or audience members and that sort of thing. And, so like we do that show because we like Joey. Mm-hmm. Nice guy. We like the venue. It's not super big or anything like that. And,
we can have pretty much as much stage time as we want.
Yeah, we can have much stage time as we want.
And we like the food a lot, too.
It's a free show. People don't have to pay to come in or anything like that. So it's a really good opportunity to have a show that's kind of like an open mic.
Yeah, I was going to say it's an elevated open mic. Because we're more prepared, because you have to be if you're doing longer time. You can't just go up and wing it. You do have to have some sort of plan in mind. Or multiple plans, because I switched up gears a bit from what I was originally going to do.
I mixed like my normal set, like how I kind of order things. I mixed it up totally. Mm-hmm. Like I just kind of played Scrabble with it, like just.
But you still had a game plan.
No, I know I did. I'm not unprepared. I just wanted to try to mix it up and see how things go up there.
And that's something I like about it. And I'm not saying we'd go every month, but I do like. I think the every other month is a good stagger, as long as he's fine with that, and if we bring a couple other comics to as well, because I mean, you and I have both. Well, no, I've been there one more time, so I've performed over an hour of material at this point there, and you're getting close to that.
I'm close to an hour.
Yeah. You're probably at an hour. I'm probably about an hour and a half.
About an hour. Yeah. But, because there's not that pressure there, too, because, like, at a paid show, when people paid money, take advantage of those shows, too, because then it's like, okay, I've got to be really buttoned up. You got to be tight. You got to have your best material. You can't really try new stuff. Because even last night, I was just like, oh, my time's just about up, and you're like, keep going. Yeah. It don't matter. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Well, not that nobody cares. I just knew you were asking... Or you were trying to stick to your time specifically in respect to me. I get that. Because I was going after you.
And we had not a long drive home, but a late drive home.
Yeah, which I was fine with too. But I knew, like, do it. Like, I want you to do the bits, and I know your bits, so that's nice. If you're... Actually, I probably would have said definitely keep going if you're like, hey, I have a new one I want to try, because then I'd want to hear it too. But
I mean, I did new stuff too.
Yeah, I know you did, but I'm saying, like, if you were near the end, and, like, I know, like... Usually your two closer routes that you go.
Yeah.
If you were like, I think I'm gonna try something different, and I'd definitely be all for it.
All right. I was going through some of my notes, and I was like, wow, I have a shit ton of material I haven't like really worked through or done.
Or gone back to, yeah.
Yeah, or I maybe touched it once and was just kind of like, yeah, that needs some work, and then haven't really gotten back to it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and I thought about that yesterday when we were on the way there. I was like, I could do like all stuff I haven't really ever done before, and that's kind of a safe environment that's a little bit more robust than just a mic, right? Because sometimes there's pressure at mics too, because you want to do well because you want the club to book you,
or there are bookers, or there are other bookers there, yeah.
And there's a lot of other comics there, and you don't want them, being like, holy cow, Dean really ate shit last night at the whatever mic, or right. Whatever. I mean, I don't worry about that as much at a mic necessarily, but you still have it on your mind.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't even think it, like, even if it wasn't like a club mic or anything, I feel like, that's the whole thing of like having anxiety. Like, yeah. I'm always anxious right before I go on, and even like the day of, like, hours of anxiety going into it, and which is why, like, a known thing about me is I don't eat before I perform. Like, I have a 4-hour cutoff, like, from like doors open 4 hours. I can't eat before that.
Yep.
Just don't want to deal with being sluggish and energy things and having Dean's Gurgle visit my stomach and just have like the sort of stuff. But like that anxiety though is like because you care. You know? Like so yeah.
Yeah, I mean I don't always get that anxiety, necessarily, but
I tried to turn it into excitement, though.
No, when I do get it, I usually don't see it as a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean,
because I'm like, some of my best shows, I went up there and wasn't like, just super like, yeah, this is what I do. You know how like maybe you drive to work every day and you're just kind of like, I'm going to work. This is what I do.
Phoning it in.
Kind of. Yeah, and then because when I'm like that, I know I'm not going to phone it in. Not that I really do.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
I mean, we have. I mean,
I
definitely
have.
has happened before.
I mean, I have, but sometimes it's...
sometimes it's like you just know that the material's good and you're not worried because you're I don't want to say you're necessarily picking a safe set, but you know, like if you're just doing the bangers.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's pretty easy to feel like it's a safe set.
I've done it most like at, the mic at the Skyline. Not that I do it that often there, but I've done it where like hardly anybody there. It's mostly just comics who are,
not listening. Yeah.
No, well, they are. Like there are a
good
number.
Comics will listen.
There are a number of them that are quite supportive.
Yeah.
And they laugh, but they're laughing because you're phoning it in, or you're not at your own, or you're not yourself,
or it really is that great of a joke, and it's not like it's the biggest belly laugh that they've ever had, but they know that it deserves to be recognized as like, that's a good joke.
Well, it was like, I think Chuck said he was doing something on like COVID or something, and all he said was like, "Can you believe it's been 6 years?" Or something like that, and then from the back of the room you hear. And he's just like, yeah, because that was funny, and it's like people like, I don't know, I don't know, but it's
reactive. That's like a reactive thing. Now I'm thinking about it, was you just doing that laugh? I was like, that wasn't me, was it? And I was like, no, I didn't do that. I have done that before, and I've done that accidentally to Chuck before for one show in Coleman, Wisconsin. Cheers too, remember that? Because he said pandemic twice, and
the second time he yelled it.
Yeah, and it got me, and I definitely ruined his video on that bit because I was laughing so hard.
What almost?
I was wheezing.
What almost did it recently?
To me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I find stuff funny.
No, I know you do, but damn it.
Where I just lost control of laughter.
Yeah, I think it was last week Wednesday, because I was elbowing Chuck and I'm like, it's the pandemic thing all over again.
Oh,
because what were we laughing at?
You're welcome.
Oh yeah. That's yeah.
It was just the wrong reaction from the comic on stage.
Yeah,
and it just got us all laughing. And then the manager of the club was like, "What?"
He was like, that's what that was the big thing, that the manager was back at the sound booth and he's like, "What?" Like, just the way he did it. It was almost like on Your Mom's House, Tom Segura and Christina Pujitsu. They always play this. They don't all the time, but they play this clip from like I think it's from a porno. And the one guy says something to the other guy like, "Hey, why don't I just blah, 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 blah." And I don't remember what he says, but it's sexual. And then the other guy just goes, "What?" And it was kind of like that, what? Yeah. It had like that same like ridiculous, like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
But, and what happened is a comic said something like, "It's my birthday today," and everybody just clapped and was like, "Woo!" And he's like, "You're welcome," instead of like, "Thank you," isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "You're welcome," and it wasn't a bit or a joke. It was completely unintentional. It was just kind of like Had no idea he did it either.
Yeah, it was like reactive, but like
Yeah.
like on autopilot.
Yeah. He was just like, "You're welcome," which I don't know that most of the time when I'm on stage, I say thank you, like for a lot of things. I'm trying to think of a situation where I'd say you're welcome that it's not like a joke.
Yeah, I'd have to think more about that. I can't think of off the top of my head, but I've definitely like have done like a joke like Tim the Bird and switched it around because usually I'm like, that joke's just for me.
Yeah.
But I've been like, you're welcome for that or whatever. I've done that, I think, before.
Well,
with
yeah,
that.
I know, but this was like a sincere, like,
yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Today's my birthday. Clap, 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 clap. You're welcome.
All right, so you're drinking an apple juice.
No, it's a Sidral Mundet. It's a import from Mexico. It's an apple soda, but you know, you can buy like Manzanita Sol, which is Spanish for
Sun.
apple sun.
Okay, I got sun
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sweet, nice.
It's made by Pepsi, I'm pretty sure, but it's really that one's really sweet. This one isn't sweet. It's like light and crisp, and it's in a glass bottle, and it's nice. And I just grabbed something. I was just kind of like,
You just happened to grab an import from Mexico.
yeah. Well, no, I mean down in my pantry, and I just grabbed it, and I was just kind of like, what do I?
And you just happen to have imports from Mexico casually in your pantry.
I do.
I wonder what other goodies you got in there.
A few things. But I just was like, I'm just gonna grab this, and I grabbed it, and I was like, I'm tired today.
And this is your first time having it?
Yes.
No. So
I feel run down. I feel kind of just, I don't know, like the show being late yesterday. I've been sleeping weird lately.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's sleep apnea, because they always say like a sign of sleep apnea is where you all of a sudden like wake up gasping for breath.
Or you're just tired even though you did feel like you did sleep.
And I've been waking up where I'm trying to breathe and it feels like my lungs are not lunging. Like, I'm like,
you're gonna be a fighter pilot.
maybe.
And
I'm just like, I don't feel like there's anything going into my lungs. But it's usually after I have like a really, really weird dream or like something. Like the other night I was having a dream that I don't know where I necessarily was, but it felt like a city and there were stairs and whatever. And my mom was there talking to me, and she had just gotten a fresh perm or whatever her hair did. It wasn't really like a perm because perms are curly.
Did she get a beehive?
Well, did she get it like feathered or frosted or I don't know. It was always like sometimes after when I was little, I'd be like, I'd touch it and it would feel like
Feathers?
no.
Oh.
No, it was like not like a Brillo pad. I don't know how to explain it, but it would just be very springy and very rigid. And she had just gotten that done again, and she was like talking to me, and I feel like she was upset with me about something. And we were just talking, and there was other people there, and it's just one of those dreams that felt strange. Like it felt like you wake up and you're like, whoa, I could have sworn that was real. Like it's not not quite a lucid dream,
right? Because you don't have control, but
right. And
but you definitely felt like almost deja vu, maybe. Like
maybe. Well, it's almost like, without sounding super out there, I guess. Like
we're pretty far out there.
It was almost like my existence left my body and was somewhere else, interacting, doing things and talking to people and whatever. And then when it comes back, my physical body is like, oh, how does this work again?
So like Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar.
Yeah, I guess.
What do they call them? Dreamwalkers?
That's fair, I guess. Yeah. But anyways, when I wake up,
Jake Sully.
When I wake up, my lungs are all like, it's mainly in my chest and in my lungs. It almost feels like a really bad anxiety attack.
Jeez.
But like, there's like this pressure and it takes forever.
Someone's probably listening like,
Before
Dean,
it
you're
goes
having a
away.
heart attack.
Before it like go, no, because it's not a heart attack. Like, I've had those before.
What?
No, not really.
Oh.
I mean, when I was I had tachycardia. My heart was beating too fast. Mm-hmm. And they had to stop it a couple of times. And
Jeez.
yeah, and then the doctor was kind of like, what you're feeling right now is if you ever feel that naturally, that's a heart attack. We are stopping your heart.
Jeez.
And I'm like, but why am I alive? Why can't I talk? You know.
And then you got Patch Adams in there. Oh boy, you're gonna be fine, fella.
Well, that's a scary thing when they do that though, because I don't remember what the medicine is that they give you, but it basically stops your heart to try to get it to get back into a normal rhythm.
Right. And you said you could feel it or whatever.
Yeah.
What? Can you try to describe what that feels like?
Yeah, it was just kind of like I could still kind of talk. But it feels like an elephant is sitting on your chest. Like, it's just like this immense pressure. And they're like, okay, you're going to start feeling it right about now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling it. Yeah, I got it. It's working. And it's a scary scenario, though, because they bring a lot of people in the room. And they bring the little
Clear defibrillator.
The little electro pads. They bring those in there. And they bring all that stuff in there. And everybody's waiting just in case it doesn't start back up. And that's a trippy thing to be, like, conscious.
And thinking about it.
And watching your little meter go beep, boop, 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 boop. You know, like to watch it, like, stop and be like, whoa. And I imagine if it goes too long, it's like, okay, out. You know, like, you're done.
Well,
but
people say that they have, like that, their life flashes before their eyes type of thing. That. Well, I'm saying like if you were actually if it goes too long.
Well, for all I know, because I know there was one point in time where all of a sudden, I remember it going beep, and then all of a sudden, felt like I got kicked, and then they're like, whoa, hey, welcome back, and I was just like, oh. That one went on for a little while, huh? And he's like, yeah, not that long. Man, I don't know, like 3 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that long.
Okay.
But no, that they actually had to. I don't know what they did even. I know they didn't hit me with the pads because I didn't have any
burn
marks or anything like that. So I don't know if somebody just came up and punched me in the chest. It's kind of what I felt like. And then all of a sudden I was just like, whoa.
Or they take you to like the kids ward and they have them hit you like a pinata.
Yeah. And the guy, he was just like, hey, welcome back. He's like, okay, that one, we're going to wait a little bit before we do it another time.
Jeez.
I'm like, another time? And yeah, so it doesn't,
how old were you when that
feel
happened?
Like that. 42.
Okay. So it's been a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And you haven't had to have it happen again?
No.
Okay, that's good.
But I haven't gone to the doctor since. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was because
like, we have to give you 3 of them.
I had actually gone to the doctor for something else, and they were concerned about how fast my heart was beating, and so they brought me in. They admitted me into the hospital for monitoring and everything, and the doctor's just like, I do not like how long this is lasting. This is more than like, I'm at the doctor and I'm having anxiety from being at the doctor. Mm-hmm. He's like, something is up here. And yeah, they ended up having to stop it, like, I think 3 times and get it to kick back in and fire it back up. And I remember most of them, if not all of them. It was just that one that I remember. I was like looking at everybody, and then all of a sudden there was nothing. Like, my brain was just kind of meh, whatever. And then all of a sudden it was like doosh, and then I was like and then they're like, hey, welcome back.
Do you think everybody makes that sound? Hey. That's the heart restart sound. It might also be the sound of what your sleep apnea is too. It's just the out.
Maybe
the out of that.
And so I know what that feels like, and it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's like different. And anyways, it's been going on the last couple of nights, and I just wake up feeling like ass, tired.
Jeez. Can we get a little intimate real quick? No? Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask, are you a side sleeper?
No. Well, sometimes.
Okay, because I don't know, like, again, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD in any of this stuff. And
Why is that intimate if I sleep on my side?
Well, hold on. I'm getting there. And we both are on kind of agreement. Anything you read online right now is like...
I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah.
But to me, this made sense. They were saying that there was a sleep study done, and if you sleep on your left side, you're going to have more intense and, like, weird dreams than if you sleep on your right side.
Well, I was... yeah, it would be on my left side that I typically will sleep on. Sometimes the right, but I'm mostly a back sleeper. I mostly sleep on my back.
I'm a side sleeper.
And then I usually sleep on my back. I mean, I will go to my side, but I usually sleep on my back, and then I usually have my hands kind of like I'm meditating almost on my chest.
So, like, if you were in Pompeii when the was it Mount Vesuvius erupted?
Yep.
You would have turned into an ash, like, praying monk. Yeah. And this fella, he must have been in a deep meditative state when the volcano erupted. Look at how he has his hands folded in a position of complete enlightenment and relaxation. And that's what they would find of you.
Yep. Yeah, they'd be like, he was so peaceful and blah, blah, blah. He meditated right through it. And be like, no, he was probably just having some weird dream. And...
I had a weird dream the other day, too. I guess if we're talking about some dream stuff. Nice gurgle. Oh my. I recently watched the movie Howl's Moving Castle.
Yep.
Okay. And there's a part in that movie where when they go into the enchanted castle part, that there's a wheel, a colored wheel of like 4 colors on it, and the different color indicates like where the door will open up to. Okay?
Yes.
And I guess that's what inspired this idea in my dream, but it wasn't like it was a scary dream, but I had a dream that I think a cool movie like production like filming idea would be like, let's say there's a like a murder mystery, right? And let's just say you're in it, I'm in it, we can add Chuck Charles in it, and we need like a victim, I guess.
Michael Jackson.
Okay, Michael Jackson. All right. So essentially you're filming this movie 4 times, but each movie is in the perspective of each character. Okay, so like let's just say you're like, hi, I'm Dean Burke, and you as the audience person, you can watch that scene from your perspective saying, hi, I'm Dean Burke. But then you could also watch it at any time. You can switch back and forth at any time. To me, seeing that same scene from my eyes when you're going, hi, I'm Dean Burke, or from Chuck's eyes, or let's say Michael Jackson OD'd from his doctor or whatever in this particular thing, and that's the mystery or whatever, and he's dead. Well, maybe his feed doesn't work anymore. You can't hear anything, you can't see anything, but the movie time frame keeps going.
Right.
So you could, and you could do this at any time. You could swap any point in the movie and go to the different point of view, and that means you could have replay value on that movie. Because what if, like, when you're saying, hi, I'm Dean Berg, the real murderer is walking behind you? Well, from your perspective, you wouldn't see that.
Yep.
But if I'm, like, looking directly at you, I might see that, but not have, like, a conscious note of that. Or maybe it's like, well, that guy was really weird with the top hat and long johns in public.
Yeah, and he was just walking, like, wide-legged and...
Sinister. But yeah, I think that would be kind of a neat concept. So now let's see how long till Hollywood steals that from me.
Yeah, it'll be out next week.
But I think Netflix is probably the platform to do that on, though, because they've had like interactive movies before, but like kind of like a choose your own adventure. But I'm saying I want this in like real time, you know? So like literally every time someone watches the movie, unless they're very like set on just like, I'm just gonna watch the Dean Berg version of
Yeah, I
this
just want to see things through Dean's eyes.
for the entire movie or whatever. You know, you could essentially have no movie be the same.
Well, it would be
other
kinda,
than like the outcome.
it would be kind of cool though, because like if all of a sudden, like, you know how in horror movies, like if they're showing it from like my perspective and I'm looking at you, and then all of a sudden like the monster or whatever gets me from behind, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, and they get pulled out off camera or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to like you're watching it from my view, and all of a sudden you just see, you know, me shoot backwards and whatever happens. But then like, what was that? And then so then you switch to your view, Cash's view, and then all of a sudden you see like this thing just come out and grab me by the head and you know, or whatever.
So yes, which would be another watch, right? Because I'm not saying like you just got snatched by this monster and you're pulled into the darkness or whatever, right? If you switched over to my view immediately during that, you would miss it already, is what I'm saying. Like, it's live. I want it to be live. I don't want it to be delayed or paused or chaptered. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you would rewatch the movie, and then from my perspective, you would, like, oh, I know Dean's about to get snatched. But then maybe I see it coming. And like, when you initially had that scene or whatever, obviously we can't see your face, but then I'm looking at you during this of the scene,
right?
And you're making a confused face, like, "What's wrong, Cash?" And then like, and then you're going, So like, and it might not even be said. It could just be, you know, that visual of what's wrong, and then you're gone or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that would be kind of
fun.
a neat concept for future movies.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody's gonna message us and say, like, they have a movie like that. It's called whatever.
Fine. I want to see it. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, obviously they have movies where you see different perspectives, but I'm saying like to be able to switch at any time, I think is like, it's almost like having like 4 screen like inlays, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying you're in control of your
right. It's not like, because there's a movie called 4 Cameras or something like that, where it's filmed from 4 cameras, but it's like
split screen.
Split screen, and you can watch everything all at once, not just pick.
Yeah, I just like this idea of like that you're in control, and almost you could even have this set up in like VR. That'd be kind of neat too. Yeah. I always thought that might be kind of a neat idea for an actual movie or remakes of movies somehow, where it's like you're in the movie then, like you know, like jeez, you're really gurgling. No more apple juice.
It's probably the apple juice and pound cake.
But I would like to see a movie where it's like, you know what the movie is, but like, let's just say it's like Harry Potter, and they're like going into the main hall, the Great Hall. Yep. But you're walking with them up to, you know, the Sorting Hat or whatever. Like,
oh yeah, like you can be like an NPC almost. Yeah. Yeah.
But like, obviously, like you can't do that with like a made movie now, but. And I know people are going to get all, AI, but like maybe AI could figure out something like that to have that kind of experience, because that would be kind of neat. I would be willing to try something like that.
Yep, that'd be cool. Good idea. Kind of just switching gears a little bit. And I was like, yeah, we should talk about this on the podcast. When we were on our way to the show yesterday, we drove past like a bar. Out in the middle of the country, kind of. Maybe at the edge of the city. I don't remember.
I think it's funny to say out in the middle of the country when it's like...
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the state. Well, not even the middle, but northern part of the state. Country part of the state.
And you're like, dart ball?
Yeah, what's that?
What's that? And I was like, oh, you don't know what dart ball is?
You moron. That's the kind of feeling
I was like... No, I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh, it's cool. I grew up watching like a lot of family members, aunts, uncles, my mom, my dad, my sisters. They always played in dart ball tournaments, and basically it's darts.
Yeah, you told me to look it up, so I did. I watched a little video
and
on it. It's cool.
You throw underhand.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah, and there's different like green and orange and white colored areas.
It looks kind of like a baseball diamond.
Yeah.
That's weird that we said that together.
And then
Are we in the same point of view for the movie right now?
There's like small little like the home plate is a home run, but it's small. And if you hit it,
smallest target it looked
and
like.
you can get strikes and outs and whatever. And then there's always two judges standing by the side of the board, or
umpires, I think is the right.
Yeah, umpires are not judges. And then everybody's sitting on chairs making a lane.
I saw that, and that freaked me out. I did not like it, but just because like I don't know if I could play with any of my sister-in-laws because I would not trust them to not clobber me in the face with a dart.
Well, and it's crazy because I would go to these tournaments. I mean, I played sometimes because my aunt and uncle that I stayed by their house quite a bit had a practice board in their basement, so we would play and just have fun sometimes. But I never played in like a league or anything like that because it was really popular in the 80s. Mostly the 80s. I think the 90s too. I don't know if it still is. My sister and her friends and her husband, who has now passed, but they used to play in tournaments and they'd go to state and all kinds of stuff. But it was always kind of fun to go because I always wanted to get smelt. I like a little fish deep fried.
It's kind of weird if people are just smelling you, Dean.
Yeah, I wanted people to come and smell me. No, I'm talking about the fish, the little fish you can eat.
I've had those. Those are weird.
I like them. They were like one of my favorites.
They tasted good, but they're creepy.
One of my favorites.
Because they're the actual whole fish.
Yeah, they are the whole fish.
Like kind of like anchovies.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
But it was always kind of funny because like one team is sitting on one side, the other team is sitting on the other side, and there was so much shit talk all the time.
Is that part of the like official rules? Like I have to still kind of read through all that, but like because like some games that's encouraged, but then other games it's like if you do that you get penalized.
Yeah, and I think it depended on like the culture of wherever you were playing, because I know sometimes there were just people just like yelling and swearing and yelling at my sisters. And
do you know what ladder golf is?
Yeah, where you like
they're golf balls.
Some
like
people
on
call
ropes.
it testicle toss, which I hate it when people call it. I prefer to call it bolo toss.
Sure. But you know the game, right?
Yeah.
That game, one of the official rules is you're supposed to talk trash to your opponents. So, like, it's encouraged. But, like, other games, like, I'm pretty sure, like, bags, like, if you're, or cornhole or whatever, you can't do trash talk officially.
There was certain aspects about it, because you could smoke in all these halls, too, so they're filled with, like, smoke. And then they would always be like, oh, we do have the non-smoking section. And it would be, like, way down at the other end where, like, people... If you were playing down there, you couldn't smoke, and it didn't matter. I was like, "What is that doing?"
Yeah, 20 feet, because
everywhere
else, how far you're throwing from the board?
I think so. It seems farther than like English darts.
Oh,
for sure.
When I was watching the video, I was like, "Wow, that is a long way to go."
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking like almost like axe, like it's farther than like axe throwing.
It's like big axe. Yeah.
Which is kind of intense, because I was initially thinking like looking at the board without seeing people throwing at it.
It's a big board, though.
Right? That's what I was saying. Like it looked like, oh, that's easy, but then like the throwing underhand part that makes it look like it's complicated, and that's why I'm also afraid of like sitting in the line, because I'd be afraid people.
I want to say, I don't remember. I think it was my sister actually got hit in the arm. Like, because you kind of have like your arm up on the board sometimes while you're like watching, and she took it like, I want to say right in the bicep. Jeez. And the darts are unique too, because they have like they're feathered.
Yeah.
And they're
wood shaft.
They're made out of wood,
but wide, like a wide wood shaft.
Yeah,
like a drumstick.
But the needle on it
is long
and thick.
Yeah.
They kind of look like a mini jart, if you ever
lawn
played,
dart.
Or if you play Fallout 4, and you have a nuke, and they're kind of like that shape, but like elongated, like if you stretched it out into like a dart.
Yeah, I see that.
I used to always think they look like Woody Woodpecker a little bit.
Okay,
they all almost look the same. You could maybe have some that had like different colored feathers and stuff like that, but I know we would go to like pro shops and stuff, and they would have like dart ball stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
And-
could see that. I mean, if it was really popular then, I would think though, like, I mean, the game itself is pretty simple. It's like baseball is the concept, but like
There are some weird
variations.
rules, though.
Yeah. But like, I could see if people really wanted it to like be a thing, because like I feel like what you said, it was really popular. What, in the 80s, 90s?
In the 80s, for sure. I know I was quite young when I would go to these things, and looking back, it was like, children should not be allowed here at all.
But so I don't know how popular really like bar games, backyard games were in the 80s as in comparison to like now. Like backyard games, bar games are like some of like the most popular forms of entertainment.
Well, it was popular in that people did it, but it wasn't popular in that you'd go to somebody's house to play it.
Sure, it was
necessarily.
a social thing. I get that.
Like, I only know of pretty much my aunt and uncle having a board. But what was cool is like these bars would have these leagues and teams and all that stuff, and then you could, if they were going to throw away a board or they're changing one out, you could buy one. So some people would buy them to practice.
One. Yeah, I get that.
And my parents might have had one. I know I used to like to take multiple of the darts and pretend like I was a ninja.
And just like
like throw them and, make them all stick to the board.
Actually, that's probably where unintentionally you got into axe throwing,
Maybe.
in some form or something.
Maybe.
But where I was trying to get to is like the bar games, the backyard games are like some of the most popular forms of entertainment right now, because usually they're relatively cheap to get into, right? It's social, so you're doing it with friends, and not saying like you aren't skilled at it, right? But there's a very low barrier of entry to get. Like anybody can try it, like it's not like, oh, you have to have a $2,000 piece of equipment or whatever, like anybody can just be like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, And I think now, because when I was looking online, it said it was very popular in Wisconsin, so I never heard of that. I never heard of it, I think if people tried to push it out now, maybe people would get into it, kind of like almost like pickleball, right? Like pickleball just blew up like crazy. So I think if people re-looked into it, kind of maybe updated the rules so it's more like today, right? And having a bunch of like customizable equipment, right? Like the darts you said were pretty much standard, but like, people want branded and their team colors or whatever. Like, yeah, I think there could be something there. You could open up a place just for playing dart ball.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was everything about it was Wisconsin. There was cheese curds, deep fried cheese curds. There was, tons of beer.
Oh,
people
with when you're at the venue.
Yeah.
You're like, you're required to have the third inning cheese stretch.
No. But it was very Wisconsin, and it kind of makes me wonder if it does obviously exist, because that bar outside where the show was, which was in the area I grew up in, so it still exists.
But that bar was like in the middle of nowhere, though.
Yeah.
Like maybe the surrounding population is 30 people. It felt like.
I don't know, maybe. But it was popular. Like, there were so many different places they would go and have tournaments, and it seemed like almost when it was dart ball season, it seemed like there was always a tournament or matches or league or whatever. It felt like somebody needs you.
No, it's you. You texted me on one of these.
Oh, I was like, why?
You responding to a group message?
I was just like, why is it going brrr? I thought it was ringing. But no, I completely had forgotten about dart ball until we saw that sign that said, did it say like dart ball this weekend or anything?
I think it's a dart ball tournament
we
or
should
league.
We should go.
Well, no. I don't want to just, for my first time, go. I don't want to do that. But
we don't have to play.
No, I want to play though. That's what you telling me about it. Then me looking it up.
We have to start a team. I think there's like 6 people on a team.
I think we should just try to find a place that has it more locally and just go and try to play. Or we get some and I don't know where we do it, but we could try it.
My backyard.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna look.
We could hang it up on the side of the shed over there, and
then you'll have
measure off 20 feet,
and then you'll have holes in your shed.
Yeah.
It kind of got me thinking though too. Like I don't know what the rules and that kind of thing would be, but since it's like mimicking baseball, I thought it'd be cool if you could do a version of like football or basketball or golf.
Something else that I always remember too is they always have these spotlights on the board too. Like there's these lights that would always be on the ground and they had to be like on the board. And it was like, it kind of gave it like a baseball stadium kind of feel.
Okay.
With the way the lights were shining on the diamond, but the diamond is standing up instead of flat. And I'm trying to remember other things about it. I remember the t-shirts, like the shirts. You always had your team shirts that were very polyester, like that thick. Like we'd come home, like my parents would come home from a tournament or something, and my dad, I think, watched more. I think he played a little bit, but he more watched. But you could, these shirts would be like super thick, and they would smell like smoke and deep fried food.
So like Wisconsin.
Well,
80s Wisconsin.
But there was something different about it too. Like the smell was very hallish, like a big like a big hall full of people, and it had a smell.
A Viking hall.
No, it was like
a feast.
It smelled like
hall.
A combination of like Aquanet and I don't know, close-mindedness. I don't know what else. It just there's a certain smell to it.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't alive to know what that smell was, but like
the boards have a smell too.
Well, it's probably like a styrofoamy.
No, they're not styrofoam. They're like cardboard. It's like it's like layered cardboard almost, but it's soft too. Okay. Like it's. There might be a layer of foam in there.
You might have to figure out what the fragrance.
Yeah.
Make a candle.
I should make it like as a merch. Dirt ball scent.
Or like a spray, like a room freshener spray. So you could be like, and your dirt ball game is not complete without Dino's dirt ball room freshener.
You know how a bowling alley smells? There's a little bit of that in there too.
Okay. Sweat, desperation,
all the
fried
things.
foods. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then
bowling shirts.
And then like the 80s
smoke,
bullying, and I don't know, whatever else.
like when you watch The Big Lebowski and they're at the bowling alley, you can smell that scene.
Yeah, it smelled like when you would find like you'd be at your friend's house, you'd be like, come here, and he'd go upstairs and he would like pull a porn mag out of your dad's drawer.
Jesus.
And it had like that porn mag smell.
Okay.
Porn magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Carl, you were born in the wrong like decade. You would have loved the 80s.
Okay.
You would have loved it.
All right, well, when we figure out time travel, I guess I'll go back to the 80s.
Yeah.
See what I was missing.
Yeah, it was... The 80s was a very, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough era, too.
Oh, I would not have made it.
Yeah.
I'm squishy.
You can still be squishy, but that's it is true. Like people who were squishy then were like squishy hard. Like hard squishy.
No, I'm pretty squishy. I don't think I would have made it.
Like if you buy like a stress toy, but you put it in the freezer.
No,
that's what the 80s was like.
Stressful and cold?
like people who were squishy. That's how they were squishy. They were like frozen squishy.
I think they would think something's really wrong with me and have me institutionalized.
Right.
That's how squishy I am. Like I wouldn't be the hard squishy as you put it. They'd be like, "There's something wrong with this guy. We gotta get him out of society." All right. What you think we should wrap up for this week?
Yeah, we could probably do that. What do you got? What's your grill mind?
Oh, my grill in mind this week? I'm kind of doing a throwback. So this was the first flavor I tried.
Okay.
And going back to it, so it's the white gummy bear.
White gummy bear.
And yeah, it's good. I was glad that. I mean, there's ones that I like better than this, but it was a good starter one for me because like having it again, it's like it's good. Yeah, it's kind of pineapple-y, kind of tropical.
Yeah.
But not as like smooth as like that Tropic Wave one. But,
Okay.
Yeah, but I like it. Yeah, and that's probably why you feel tired and I don't feel tired.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're drinking Mexican apple juice and I'm
you-
drinking Gorilla Mind.
It's not. It's apple flavored soda. Natural flavor soda. Apple. It says.
Okay.
And when I left work today too, I was feeling like beat, like not like beat like I lost, but just like like it's like oh my god.
Yeah, Mondays. You got a case of the Mondays.
It was worse than that.
Oh boy.
But I stopped to get something to drink, and I got a Red Bull Zero. Nah,
Wasn't doing it for you.
Nah.
You should have got a Gorilla Mind.
they didn't have it there.
Well, you should have a stash of Gorilla Mind in your pantry of
no,
mystery.
I know. I gotta get more.
Yeah. That's the only thing. That's the only like feedback I have is like they really do need to make a mix and match of your own flavor packs.
I think it's tough right now, just with the trying to keep up.
Yeah. Well, they can hire some more people, I suppose.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if they had like a 3-pack.
4-pack.
Okay, 4-pack.
Yeah, 3 seems weird.
If they had like a 4-pack and you could like, buy 3 4-packs for the price of a 12-pack.
Yeah. Well, no, that wouldn't work. Because you're going to be mad at me now. Because that's the argument of the individual cheese bags.
Which, by the way,
Shut up, you cheese bags.
Joey Golden was like, yeah, those exist.
Yeah, I know. Remember that one of the episodes we were like, shut up, cheese bags or whatever?
Oh, stay fresh cheese bags.
Stay fresh cheese bags.
Yeah.
Just made me think of that. But yeah, you're right. Joey did say that. But he said it was like at the break room of a cheese place, not for general public.
Right.
I'm general public. I'm not in the break room of a cheese factory.
No, I know.
So yeah, I need it in public. Public.
Need cheese in public.
All right. Okay. That sounds like a pretty good spot to wrap up then, yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I made a few other things I did in my notes I want to talk about. We'll get to them next time.
Yeah, well, we got time. All the time.
And if you want to be up on topics, go play Crimson Desert. Wait, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go play that game, Crimson Desert.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it looks great.
I would love to have it by next episode and have been playing it because I've been seeing clips online and it just seems
awesome.
Sweet.
It seems like it's going to be like the best open world game in a long time.
It's open world. It seems like it's a mix too of like various styles. Like they took good parts of good games. Like
and at least tried to. Yeah.
It's medieval theme kind of
medieval fantasy. Yeah. Kind of Skyrim-y in the theme.
And I mean, it's got like elements of GTA 5. It's got elements of probably Skyrim. I saw some elements of WWE.
Yeah, you saw an
RKO, where a guy gave the hero, your playable character, gave some guy climbing up a watchtower an RKO right through the top
through the tower.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of element of Fortnite, how you fly around a little bit. Like when you jump from
the glider. Yeah. People were saying that was kind of more like the Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
What is that? Wind Waker? I don't know.
Okay. I thought you almost said something else.
Okay.
Wind Graper. Take out the G. So I was like, whoa, that's a cool game.
No, whatever. No, was it Breath of the Wild? That's it.
Oh, yeah.
The one for the Switch that's open world. So, yeah, kind of a little mix of that.
Yeah, so get out and play with it because we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Next week, hopefully, if we remember and we actually get it and play it.
Sure. Did you want to put your ad for Gorilla Mind? You didn't say where to get Gorilla Mind.
That's true. I was like, hey, play this game. And I almost forgot. So you got your gummy bear there. But if you want to get any other kind of Gorilla Mind, go to GorillaMind grillamine.com/20. Use code 20. That's grillamine.com/20. Use code 20.
All right, you did
And
it.
get your Grillamines.
Okay, well, we're Move the Mic Stand. I'm Cash Money Carl.
I'm Greenberg.
And we will
I'm gonna
catch you
go
next time.
to sleep. Okay.
Bye.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.